Hey poker player, I've put this video together to show you how to be more productive. One of the big problems poker players are having is struggling to fight off distractions, procrastinating, and not getting as much done as they would want in their day. It's leading to frustration and guilt that they really aren't living up to their full potential. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to win your morning and set yourself up to win the day. I'll walk you through my morning routine, showing the things you should do and the things that you shouldn't be doing in order to set yourself up to have the most productive day you possibly can. So let's go. You wake up in the morning, no snoozing your alarm. That's the first rule. You're up. Have your phone on airplane mode so you don't check your social media, you don't get distracted by notifications. Don't let your first few minutes slip away from you. No lying in bed. Here I wake up, here's my view. So I'm up, I'm out of bed straight away. That's the first thing. Now I'm gonna head downstairs, I'm gonna get some water because you're generally dehydrated in the morning. That headache, that foggy feeling often goes away when you have a big glass of water. So here we are. I will generally have about half a litre of water. I'll just have a glass here. Rehydrate myself. You generally need water in the morning, so make sure that's one of the first things you do. I'm then going to head into my office and I'm going to do some meditation. So we have nothing in the way here. We have cushions on the floor, which are already set up. I will sit here and I will spend 20 minutes meditating. So for me, meditating is just sitting, controlling my breath, eyes closed, bringing my focus back to my breath over and over again. It's training for the brain. It's literally training your brain to focus on one thing. It's letting all the thoughts go through your head, clearing your mind. It's a really powerful thing to get in the habit of doing. I really like it for just slow myself down and make sure I start the day in proactive mode rather than being reactive to the stimulus. And yeah, it's great training for the brain over the long term. So think of it like going to the gym. It's like reps for the brain. So if you're not meditating already as a poker player, I'd highly recommend you do that. In the morning is a great time. So I've done my 20 minutes meditation, now I'm up. Now I'm going to write down pen and paper. See, my desk is pretty clear. I'm gonna write down my most important tasks of the day. What are my most important tasks to do today? I'll write down 3 to 5 of those and I'll prioritize them so I know exactly what my day is going to look like. What tasks need doing. So for you guys, that could be grinding. If grinding's in the morning straight away, make sure grinding's your most important task. You know you need to do that. If you're grinding in the evening and you've got loads of little tasks to do, make sure you write those down and get those out of the way as soon as possible. Preparing food could be one of the things that you need to get done as well. So make sure everything's planned out. You've thought about how your day is going to look, how your grind's going to look, how everything's going to be set up so nothing throws you off or gets in your way. I then spend 30 minutes reading. I've got either a book or I have my iPad with Kindle on so I can read a book. I'll do 30 minutes of that. So my first hour of the day is pretty much meditating and reading. I've got some water done. Now, if I have to respond to clients or I've got any client calls booked in, I will be straight on my desktop and I will be responding to those. But most of the time, I try and keep my morning free to do my most productive content production. So as you see, there's not much on my desktop. It's clear. Browser, no tabs left up, no tabs left on the browser. These little decisions. So when you do go in to start your grind, you don't want YouTube up, you don't want Facebook, you want nothing there. You want to really be able to proactively get on with your day without anything interfering with you. Now, still no social media, I've got no stimulus, I've got no phone on me, no notifications. I'm now going to continue to head downstairs to my second office where I will get most of my productive content done and do a little bit of exercise to get my heart rate going. So I'll take you guys downstairs. Okay, this is my downstairs office. It's downstairs bedroom. It's turned into office. Okay, so as you can see, it's very, very tidy, my desk, nothing on it. And generally I come down here most mornings and I'm gonna actually crack on with some exercise. I'm gonna get my heart rate going. I'm not gonna allow myself to feel tired, fatigued, an hour for myself to get going. I'm gonna do some exercise, get the heart rate going, and prime myself for the rest of the day. So I'll set you guys up here. And I'm just going to do some simple exercise, bodyweight exercises, burpees, anything to get the heart rate going. I've got a barbell there, so I'm going to do some overhead pressing. Just 2 to 5 minutes really makes a difference on your productivity for the morning. So that's the morning exercise done. Not only does it prime you to wake up and get the blood going so you're not actually just slouch around all morning, it also primes your brain to learn. A little bit of exercise like that elevates the heart rate, gets you in a very good state of mind to be able to absorb information and learn quicker, which is so important for you as a poker player. So any little things like that, just to get the heart rate going, put yourself in a good state to be learning, especially if you've got grinding coming up in the morning. Now, this is my office view. I'm generally going to spend the next few hours doing content production for my clients. I'm going to be designing programs. I'm going to be making sure I'm creating good content, so I don't have the internet down here, which is great. It means I'm distraction free. I just crack on with my day, do my most productive tasks, get everything done without being distracted. And generally, when I'm down here, I'm doing tasks that don't require the internet. Maybe you need a book, which I've got, or I'm probably just thinking, doing a lot of sort of thinking time and planning content for my programs. So once I've done that, I then take a break outside. So we're now about 2.5 hours into my morning. I'm going to head outside because it would now be 8 o'clock in Bali, and I would have a coffee outside, get some sunlight on my skin, make sure my body's knowing it's daytime and the circadian rhythm is in check. I'll sit down here and have my coffee, which is already left from this morning's coffee. I will sit down and I will take a 10-minute break and just enjoy the view. So that's my 10-minute break. Only now, so I'm about 2.5 hours into my day, am I going to go onto social media, or I'm going to allow people to interfere with my day. So that's the first 2 hours of the day productively done. Now it's so much easier to carry on in that vein and keep getting more and more productive tasks done. You've started off positive habits. It's easier to keep going. The law of inertia kicks in, momentum kicks in, and it's easier to keep going. So make sure you're not snoozing your alarm. Make sure that you've got your phone on airplane mode so distractions aren't going in your way. Make sure you're productively making choices that are going to set you up for the rest of the day. Don't allow anything to get in the way of your morning. Make sure you're winning the morning and therefore winning the day. So for you guys, I hope you can take these tips on board, use the ones that I'm using in your own life so that you can productively get more done. If you're grinding in the morning, make sure that takes priority. You just get your morning routine done and then you get to the tables, no distractions, no browsers up, no responding to Skype messages, sit down, grind. If you're grinding a bit late in the day, make sure that you're setting up your day so that grinding is easy, so that you've prepared food, you've made sure all the little tasks that need doing that will get in your way are done, and when it's time to grind, you sit down, get your work in. Life can be easy. All you need to do is design it that way. It doesn't have to be difficult. If you want to be living in Bali like me, all you need to do is start designing your life the way you want it. Start making the little choices, and all of a sudden you can start changing your life in a very positive and meaningful way.